Do you know what you truly want from your life and your business? Take a moment and really think about this question. Really, truly, and fully. Do you know what you want in your life? Do you know what you want in your solopreneur business? This can be thinking about the feelings, the thoughts, the beliefs, the experiences you want to have, the goals you want to achieve, the journey along the way, the values and the philosophies that you want to live by, the people that you want to achieve this with. All of those different factors can come into play here. Now, I know that this isn't always an easy question to answer. And that is why your very first lesson in my Productivity Powerhouse e-course, which is designed especially for solopreneurs to save time and energy, empowers you to answer this exact question so that you have complete and utter clarity on what you genuinely want from both your life and your business. When you know what you truly want, then you can come up with the perfect strategies for you. Then you can actually start making progress towards those goals that you set for yourself. But it all starts with having complete and utter clarity about what you truly want. And that is why it is the very first lesson in the Productivity Powerhouse framework. So I want to give you a sneak peek of that first lesson here today. This is a sneak peek of step 1, identify your desires. And if you want to learn more about the entire Productivity Powerhouse e-course and how the framework works, then you can visit saganmorrow.com/powerhouse. Link is in the show notes. So here is your sneak peek of the first lesson of the Productivity Powerhouse curriculum. Step 1, identify your desires. Start with your big, dreamy ideas. If you could be anything or do anything with your life and your business, what would that look like? What are your personal lifestyle goals, and what values do you hold most dear? At this stage, we are not grounding it in reality. Every time that you think to yourself, oh, that's a nice idea, but I can't do it because XYZ, fill in the blank here, that's when we want you to just stop. Stop right there. We will get to grounding it in reality in step 2 of the Productivity Powerhouse curriculum. But this step 1, is all about figuring out your deepest, innermost, true desires without letting reality get in the way. If you focus too much on reality at this particular stage, then you're going to be blocking yourself from being truly open and honest with yourself. You're going to be preventing yourself from even thinking about what it is that you genuinely, truly want. So that's why we want to take the reality portion of it completely out of the equation for the time being. You can think of it from a theoretical standpoint if that makes you feel a little bit more comfortable, if this entire concept feels a little bit scary to you. So here are just a few of the topics that we cover during step 1, identify your desires. We talk about tapping into your imagination, your curiosity, and your creativity, your life purpose, and being multi-passionate, what that looks like, what that can mean for you, how you can make sure that it doesn't limit you. We go over the concept of enthusiastic yeses, as well as the whole concept of saying no and actively knowing how to say no and when to say no, as well as the importance of following through on your commitments. Because saying the word no and following through on commitments, these two things do not have to be mutually exclusive. You can say no to certain things, and you can still ensure that you are not dropping the ball on certain things. So we cover all of that in step 1. We also get into some thought process exercises on self-trust and self-honesty. You really need to have self-trust and self-honesty in order to be able to identify your desires. So we make sure that we have a good foundation of that we build those skills. And lastly, we look into personality-based productivity, learning styles, and new ways to look at your strengths and weaknesses, plus how to make best use of that information. Here is what you will accomplish by the end of step 1, identify your desires in the Productivity Powerhouse curriculum. You will have a clear understanding of exactly what you want from your life and your business, and it will absolutely light you up. You will tune into your personal values and your lifestyle goals. You will conduct a personal productivity style assessment so that you can begin to understand what works best for you, why, and how to do more of what feels amazing to you. You will have a deep, fulsome comprehension of your strengths and weaknesses, plus how to use your strengths to your advantage and how to work with or around your weaknesses so that they stop holding you back. And you will begin connecting the dots between all of the assessments that you do. You will start to see the patterns that crop up again and again in both your life and your business so that you can use that information to your best advantage. You will do all of that simply by doing the very first lesson of Productivity Powerhouse. That is just step 1 of our 9-step framework that makes up the core curriculum of Productivity Powerhouse. So if that sounds good to you, then you definitely need to join today at saganmorrow.com/powerhouse. Link is in the show notes. And I want to also share with you here what some people are saying about Productivity Powerhouse. So I want to give you one of the testimonials from the program, and you can read more testimonials, more case studies at the saganmorrow.com/powerhouse page. But here's what one person, Anabeth, has to say. Anabeth says, Productivity Powerhouse helped me dig deep to understand the underlying problems I didn't even think I had. Once I had identified my problem areas, the rest of the e-course helped me to refine those areas for better management. This is a program I will continue to refer to when I feel my task management is going off track. I have learned that being productive is so much more than marking items off a checklist. It is focusing on the right tasks at the right time for the right reasons. This e-course dives into personal assessments that are unique to you. With this knowledge, you can better understand your strengths and weaknesses and devise a productive plan that has you moving forward rather than in circles. I highly recommend Productivity Powerhouse for learning the why behind your productivity insufficiencies to finally gain control of your time management. The relief you feel from actually managing your time well, rather than it managing you, is something you simply cannot put a price on. That is what Anabeth has to say. And again, you can learn so much more about Productivity Powerhouse and enroll today at saganmorrow.com/powerhouse. Everything is available to you immediately upon enrolling, so you can get started within the next 5 minutes on this particular lesson, Step 1, Identify Your Desires. All you have to do is join today at saganmorrow.com/powerhouse. Link is in the show notes.